In this video then guys, I take a look at the 1982 animated Christmas British movie that is an adaptation of the book by Raymond Brigg. This is The Snowman, so without further ado then let's get into this review. So my thoughts on this movie have been building and building and building through several years of loving this Christmas movie, as this was my childhood. Every Christmas, non-stop, every year, this was banged on, and what a classic this movie actually is, as it is so simple but so effective. And to show you how simple it is, there's no talking in it whatsoever, and it is all done by music and through visual effects. And the story is so great about this kid called James who builds a snowman and it comes to life, and we see how he gets flown all the way to a party with snowmen and flying in the air with this snowman, and it's so magical. It shows a Christmas magic. It is so phenomenally good. And then he comes back, he gets into bed, and then his snowman melts, in which, to be fair, is a sad ending. However, it's a great Christmas movie. And to me, I think that this adaptation is honestly cock on. I think that this story is so good, is just so good, simple, because people overthink movies these days. There's too much in it, or there's too much detail. This puts all the detail in the visual effects and everything like that. However, I would say though, going on to the visual effects side of things, if somebody were to watch this movie in the modern era, let's say 2022, you give this to a kid and say, watch this movie, I don't think many kids would enjoy this movie as much as I did, because I'm not saying I grew up in a time where animation was shit, but I grew up in a time where it weren't 4K, it weren't Ultra HD, it weren't all this. So I would say that this type of animation is really, really improved upon in the modern era. So I'm not really sure if many young kids would enjoy this movie, but I don't care. I enjoy this movie and I love this movie still, as it's such a great animated classic, and it is very rare you find a movie as good as this in this style, with no talking in it, no voiceovers or anything like that, and be successful. This was the definition of success, as in Britain, the snowman is fucking everywhere around Christmas. You walk into a shop, you're seeing a Thornton's fucking chocolate, and it's going to be of the snowman, or even just an advent calendar with the snowman on. It is fucking everywhere in Britain around Christmas. That's why the snowman is so iconic. And to me, I love the controversy around this movie, as we see that walking in the air, the main title, which is an absolute tune by the way, and let's just spend a minute just thinking about how bad this movie would have been without this song, because this song made the thing. It was like the cherry on top of the cake, as this was great as they were flying through the air, you know what I mean? That song was used fantastically. And the controversy around this song is that people think that this song was sung by Ali Jones, even though in the movie it wasn't sung by Ali Jones. It was sung by a guy called Peter Artny, in which doesn't get the credit or recognition he probably deserves for this movie. And for those people thinking, well, he did sing it. Yes, he did sing this song, Ali Jones, but just not on the movie. He released a single around, I think, just before the movie, or around the release of the movie, and they somehow just went, Ali Jones did the Snowman soundtrack, even though that was never the case. And Peter Artny was the guy that sung the song. And to me, that is something where you go, oh, that guy just kind of got ripped off there, because this big name, Ali Jones, has basically just nicked this guy's fame from this movie that he weren't even a part of. And yeah, I just thought, you know what, I'd put that bit of controversy in there, because it's something I love to use as a sort of quiz thing going, it weren't actually Alex Jones, it was actually Peter Artny. And I also thought that it was great on some releases how David Bowie is involved as an intro, and it really, as soon as you see his face pop up with that scarf on, you know you're going into a classic of a Christmas movie. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, there's certain DVD releases with David Bowie doing an intro for the Snowman before the animation movie kicks off like a house on fire. To summarize this iconic Christmas animated movie then, I think this is an 8.1 and a classic film and such an iconic British movie and will never be forgotten in many minds and eyes. So without further ado then, what is your thoughts on this particular movie? Let me know down in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and also if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted to all the new content this channel creates, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Later.